Yeah, so obviously new DC this year. For the most part, though, I feel like a lot of similar mindsets, especially, Coach Ecker being defensive minded head coach. So there's that. And then also our defense, I think, like I kind of mentioned in there, it's the passion we play with and the culture. I feel like that's the ultimate difference. Like scheme wise, like our coach staff second to none. So they know they're important to us, like second to none, of course. And then I think the difference between teams that take the next step is how hard they play. And that's something we pride ourselves on.
How big is that first game of the season? National stage, all eyes on the national power.
Yeah, so obviously it's a huge one. It's a big one. It's pretty cool. It's every kid's dream wants to play college football. A primetime game, and I think it's pretty cool for me. So that kind of started my career in 2019 against Alabama in the big stage, 3:30, the Mercedes-Benz Dome. So it's almost full circle for me. And this year is honestly a really emotional year for me in terms of it being a lot of last, right? So it's my last year coming in, last first game, and plus I'm letting guys. So at the end of the day, like, it is just another ball game, but it means a lot.
We for your program.
It means a lot. Really, like, I say, obviously, generic answer mean a lot. But it does mean a lot in the sense that how we want to build the program, how we want the program to look for years to come, like how I want the program to look when I come back in 10 years. And we're still building on it, and then to know that I was part of that foundational team and units that trying to put everything together.
How was the second summer with Feely compared to the first one?
Harder.
Harder?
Harder. Look, he has a whole bunch of tricks up his sleeve. I would never play cards with him because he always has something new. But honestly, seriously, his foundation-wise, it's the same, but he never stops. He's very consistent and helps us, not get complacent.
It seemed like you guys rode the chip on your shoulder last year of being disrespected.
Yeah.
Tables have kind of turned this year after your season. How do you keep that motivation behind you?
Yeah, 100%. So I feel like the thing that helped make us successful last year was our ability to focus on us, right? And that doesn't change. At the end of the day, Coach Elson was preaching the same messaging, but it transitioned from what we do to how we do it, right? Because everything was the first last year for us with this staff. So now it's like, all right, how do we execute? How do we do it to our standard that we set last year?
What's the next step for this team, this program, I guess, but this team specifically?
Honestly, win as many games you can, and, you love to win more games than the next, and then get to, obviously, the ACC championship and then whatever comes after that.
We all focus on how much more difficult your schedule looks compared to last year's. How much do you guys actually look at that kind of stuff?
So it's in the building. It is, and it's funny. Like, I can probably tell you the first couple weeks, but after that, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Because, preseason projections, everything else, like, people come out, be one thing, be the other. So, like, by the end of the day, like, you got to prepare for the team the week you get to play them. I think that's the most important thing. So I honestly don't think it's really important for you to even look ahead. Obviously, like, historic programs, great programs with great players. Of course, there's always great talent in our conference. But at the end of the day, like, you got to focus one week at a time.
Is that a